Hello and welcome to Let's Play Alpha Protocol with me, Grey Hunter. This is a new Let's Play series that I'm doing of a game that could well have been called Burn Notice, the game, because you're playing as a spy. You're actually playing as a spy named Michael, of all people, so there's a little bit of similarity for you. But the reason that I got this game originally was that I really liked Burn Notice, pretty much. And I thought a game where you can play as essentially Michael Weston, that would be awesome. It's not quite that good, but it does have a lot of similarities, and it's interesting. Because the story is done by Obsidian, who, while they're not known for their fantastic writing credits, they did gain a little bit of props from me for Fallout New Vegas. It was buggy as hell when it was released, but it was interesting. And so, obviously, I haven't played this game since the release date. I got it last year. And so, obviously, like, I didn't experience the original release, so I didn't see all the bugs and all that fun stuff that a lot of other people saw. But the reason that this game isn't very popular is because it got panned so badly by critics. And the reason it got panned so badly by critics is because it's an Obsidian release, and Obsidian apparently don't know how to release a stable game. They do great games, but they're not great when they're released, which is a slight problem. But anyway, Alpha Protocol, you are playing as a spy. You're playing the spy Michael Thornton. No, you can't change the name, and you really can't change his appearance all that much either. But we'll bear with it, because it's an interesting story. You are playing as a member of Alpha Protocol. Alpha Protocol is apparently both the agency and the rules of engagement you operate under. But we'll get to that later. Right now, all you need to know is that we're beginning a new game. We're beginning this new game on the normal difficulty because otherwise I would be banging my head against the proverbial brick wall forever. And trust me, you don't want to see that, it's not fun. So we can choose agent history here. We've got the soldier, who is pretty much, well, he's a soldier. He shoots things. We've got a field agent who's a bit more sneaky. Basically the idea behind the field agent, is that he sneaks everywhere. The tech specialist relies on gadgets and such, and the freelancer is pretty much a mix of everything. You can do whatever you want with those. But what we're going to do is we're going to play as a recruit, because it adds additional challenge. So we get an additional dialogue option during the training, which generally just helps with gaining perks to begin with and that sort of thing. But it also will influence our relationships with some of our handlers. And it can be very interesting. But the interesting thing, well, the thing I find most interesting about the recruit option is that you start out with no skills. You have absolutely zilch. Everybody else, you get some skills. For example, the tech specialist starts with a couple of ranks in shotguns, a couple in sabotage, a couple in technical aptitude, and one in stealth. Field agent starts with more in stealth, one in pistols, a couple in martial arts. And the soldier starts with pretty much guns. The recruit, on the other hand, starts with nothing. Nada, not a thing. And the veteran, which you get after you complete the game by playing as a recruit the first time, gets a whopping 3 in everything. That's New Game Plus, and essentially it's easy mode. But what we're going to do is we're going to play as the recruit, because it's more interesting, I think. So I'm going to click yes, and then we're going to be seeing the opening cinematic. There's no subtitles for it, even though I've got subtitles on, so I'm going to stay quiet for that. So enjoy!
Air traffic control, this is Alpha 254, requesting clearance for departure. Roger that. Mark clear. Proceed to runway 5.
If anyone is to blame for these events, Mr. Thornton, it is you. Alpha Protocol began here, after all.
So that was interesting. We witnessed a terrorist attack using a missile.
They drugged me?
Yes, Mike, they did. Those
Right.
bastards.
Now I'm gonna fail the next drug screening test.
Somehow,
They could have just
not your biggest
asked
problem.
me to close my eyes.
They could have, but it's a lot less effective. So yeah, this is the tutorial. There's a bit of blur. I don't know how to fix that. It's a little funky. Hopefully it'll turn out okay in rendering. Anyway, that's your PDA. Hello. Now, with dialogue, depending on what choices you make in your first conversation, will get you a perk. So we're going to get the professional perk, because we're going to go with a professional answer to the questions this nice lady poses.
Good. You're awake.
Yes.
I wasn't sure how long you'd be under. Those tranquilizers wore off fast.
Ugh. Oh, I think I'm still coming down.
Maybe.
What?
Ugh, never mind. Just clearing my head.
The dose was pretty strong. I'm surprised you're even able to stand.
Where am I?
You're
Good
locked
question.
in our medical bay. And when the guards find out you've regained consciousness, they'll put you under again.
Those
Don't
bastards.
Any reason why you're helping me?
Mina. Let's just say I'm not a fan of the indoctrination procedure here.
All the more reason to leave then.
And how do you propose to do that? You're locked in. There's a guard outside. Eventually he's going to come check on you. And when he does...
Can you distract the guard? Unlock the door.
I could. A glitch in the security panel in the hall outside might do it. As long as you don't make too much noise when you leave, you might take him by surprise while he's checking it.
Will be the very
Disabling the
soul of
security
quietness.
system now. The door should be unlocked.
Excellent. So you saw we gained the perk professional. That gains you +5 endurance. That's the little blue bar with the shield thingy on top of it. It's essentially shields. Now by paying attention to your surroundings, which this game really does advocate, you can tell what's happening. So that's our guard outside. We can see him, so we'll know when we pass the door, and thus when it's safe to go out. So we head out, and then punch. Karate chop to the throat. Brutal. Those animations do change depending on where you're standing when you attack the guy, and how much martial arts ability you have. Now that alarm...
Shut off the alarm. The panel's on the wall. Do a bypass on it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Calm down, Mina. That alarm, you can't not set that off. As soon as you open that door, it goes off. You can't not. So this is the first of the mini-games that we're introduced to. This is the second easiest. Or it could be the most easy, depending on your abilities. But essentially, you just clip these things. So you follow the line, click it, follow the line, click it, follow the line, click it.
Mike, careful. They probably have a guard in the lobby.
Probably. But that's alright, we can deal with him. So our new objective is to arm ourselves and crouch. We're already crouched, it's fine. So we can just move up behind this guy, making sure to stay away from his field of vision. Whack. And another karate chop to the throat.
It's on.
So now we've got a tranq pistol. It's handy, but it's not very useful at the moment, mainly because of where we are. You're not actually allowed to kill anyone in this level, for reasons that you'll understand in a few minutes if you haven't figured it out already. But yeah, there's a health kit there, we don't need it, and there's some bullets. Another fella. Hello. So there, we attacked him from slightly to the left of him. Gave us a different animation for taking him down.
Watch out for cameras. If they spot you or you destroy them, they'll sound an alarm.
Yeah, well, they're very easy to avoid. You don't really need to worry about cameras because they've got that massive bloody cone of it. You know, it tells you. It says they go here. Now, you could shoot this guy. Bad idea. Bad idea because in this game, bullets go through people. As in, if I'd shot him when he was standing in front of this, it would have shattered the glass. And then alerted this other guy. So, what we do is we don't do that, and instead, we're able to take them both down silently. Now this area is important. You will return here later, assuming that you pass the espionage training with a high enough score. But for now, there are some extra trank rounds. Trank rounds are important because they become very, very expensive later, and they're often sold out. So we needed to grab those then, because otherwise they'll be locked out to us later. Hello.
Almost gave me the slip. Now we got you.
Nuh-uh. Okay, this is pretty much the easiest game. It can be a little tricky if you haven't got steady hands, so don't drink a lot of coffee before you play this game. Well, dang, that was difficult. More trank rounds, most excellent, and open the door.
Any sign of our new arrival?
No sign of him yet.
Hello.
Careful, Mike. Truck coming in. And guards at the exit. Try to stay out of sight if you can.
Now you might be thinking to yourself, wait, if Mike's a prisoner, how come the guards are expecting him, but not looking for him? Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, you probably won't until we get to Westridge, so I'll spoil it. These guys are our new partners in crime. Yeah, this isn't a mission gone wrong or anything. These guys are our friends. This is initiation. So this area is fairly easy to get through because, as you can see, you could just whack that guard, climb up the ladder, and the other two just hang out down there. There are 3 guards in here, and if you take out more than one of them, you lose some experience, I believe. Like, you just don't get the full prize. Really, it's not that bad. Now I'm going to take this guy out before doing the next tutorial, because if you fail the next tutorial, which I might, because hacking is the hardest of the minigames, mainly because my eyes are shit, if you fail it, he will start shooting at you. And then you have to reload the next checkpoint. So, hacking. This is fun. You have to find the static characters among all the moving ones. Yeah. And the mouse is way too sensitive. But let's see how we do. Okay, the mouse one is fairly easy for this time. And we actually won't fail.
End of the line, Mike. Give it up.
No, I refuse. Now that's money. You should probably get that whenever you can. Money is good. Once you enter this door, you'll get a message. Yeah. Spoiler, you can't not come through here. You have to.
Alright, Mike, that's enough.
I'm sorry, what?
That's enough? I think that's my line. What the hell's
Yeah.
going on? Why did you drug me?
We need to get the
Yeah.
location of this facility confidential, especially if you got kidnapped and questioned.
Is this
really?
place hidden?
Very. Not only does this place not exist, but places that think they know about this place, well, they don't exist either.
That's a little confusing.
Just a little.
Hell of a lot easier than politics.
Let me guess. You're not done hazing me yet.
Yep. I'm gonna ask you some questions, run you through some more tests, then you and I can talk. Face to face. That
Fine.
make you feel better?
Not really.
It depends on the tests, I guess.
Well, then I guess it depends on how you do on the test then. Starting with this one. I've been reading and rereading your dossier. Although with your experience, it's more like a pamphlet. Fresh out of Langley. we had to wipe behind your ears before shipping you over.
I think I've got potential, sir, and I'm anxious to prove
We'll
it.
see. If you gain more experience in the field, you may want to specialize further. But we can leave that until you've got some missions under your belt. That's it. Now I'm gonna let you out of the pen here and meet the rest of the crew.
Okay.
I'd prefer an assignment, not a meet and greet.
How about you earn it first? And that means following orders, got it? The rest of the crew will take it from here. They'll be running you through the basics of weapons, gadgets, and espionage tactics. When you're cleared on the basics, come find me for your assignment. I
Okay.
won't lie to you, Mike. It's a big one, and dangerous. But I think you're the man for the job. Make the rounds. I'll see you soon.
Alright.
Great.
Fine.
Just like high school. Take some tests, then chat with the guidance counselor about my future.
So much fun. So this is the level up screen. You get ability points. You can spend them on whatever you want. For now, we're going to buy 1 rank in stealth and 1 rank in sabotage. Because sabotage gains you the ability to use EMP charges to disable electronic keypads and computer systems instead of having to hack them. Very handy if you can't really do the hacking minigame all that well. Yes, we are committed to these changes.
Big ass screen.
Indeed so.
No weapons past this point.
You already took our gun. So. Yeah, we're going. First thing we can do is to change our appearance. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose the disheveled hairstyle. And we're going to give ourselves 5 o'clock shadow. We're definitely going for the John Shepard look. And we'll grab a pair of aviators.
Orientation's not
Doesn't look too bad.
You can turn around and go back to Westridge right now.
We could,
Although
Mina,
that
but
might
we
make you
won't.
upset.
We won't though, because then we'd fail to get all these wonderful perks.
You might want to
So
take
we'll
it
do
a little
this.
easier when you escape next time.
Okay. Oh, there it is. That wasn't too bad. So, when you're doing the hacking minigame, what happens is... And I'll go slow through this so you guys can pause them and read them if you want to. There's nothing really interesting, but hey. What you can do is... sorry, not what you can do. What happens is when you do it, the longer you take, the more chance there is that they change where the password is. And that's what that little meter down the bottom was. Once it gets to full, you then have the password change on you, and you can't then select the same place. So essentially it moves when you take too long. It's kind of stupid, and the mouse control can be a bit wonky. But what we're going to do is we're going to watch this to get a new perk. So you guys can skip ahead if you want to the next episode.
Al-Samad shall continue these attacks. Fight the aggression of the West with its own weapons.
And yes, he is the guy who shot down the plane in the opening cinematic.
Have been delivered
That
to
bastard.
us. Weapons that will make a graveyard in the skies of our enemies.
That's not
We
very
have
nice.
the ability to strike far and to strike swiftly. There are no limits to our reach, no limits to the justice we bring in the name of freedom for our people. I am a man of my word, and this I promise you. This attack is but the first that Al-Samad brings against its enemies. As fire rained down upon us, so shall Al-Samad bring fire to your people as well. The West and its allies shall bear the cost of what they brought to our people, to our country, and they will answer for it. You seek to take our land, undermine our faith? All that you have seen this day is the answer to your brutal acts, the only language America understands. I am a man of my word, and this I promise you. This attack is but the first that Al-Samad brings against its enemies.
So yeah, terrorism. But you gain a perk for that, and I'll show you what perks are now. Perks are these fun things. So we got professional. For our first few conversations, we attempted to use professional, which is pretty handy. It gains us endurance, which is shields, and use conscious gains us a 5% discount on intel. That is very important. But hey, now we can go do training. So down that way is espionage, that is guns, and this is gadgets. We'll do gadgets first.
Mikey, be with you in a moment. I'm just
Hello,
setting some
Darcy.
things up here. I'm Sean Darcy. I'm going to be running you through tech orientation.
Okay.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
Happy to be here. All right, then.
Just busting your chops, new guy. Don't worry about it. You and me should get along fine, even after this. I'm glad you finally showed up. Thought you might have gotten lost on the way here. Or were too busy beating up some more guards.
Neither. Just surveying the area, actually. Checking out the facility.
Yeah, sure. Oh, by the way, not a good idea. Hitting the guards, I mean. The ones here have a lot of time on their hands, and that means a lot of time to hold grudges.
I'll keep that in mind.
They started it.
I wasn't expecting to be drugged and attacked.
Our
Yeah.
good agent's ready for anything, Mikey. But enough chit-chat. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Well, you do. I'm mostly here as an observer. I'll be doing your evaluation, too.
What's that
Thanks.
out there? Used car lot?
A target range for you. For me, more like a shooting gallery. Head out the door there and we'll get started.
All right, then.
Open the locker
So,
and
yeah.
equip yourself. If you use them all, just come back and grab some more.
Darcy is a bit
Alright,
like
everyone's
Sam
favorite.
from Burn Notice.
Grenades. Let's see that arm of yours.
Bit
Go
of a
on.
jackass,
Start checking 'em.
but he's
They're
more on the
concussion
jackass
rounds, so don't
side
be
than
skittish.
Sam is.
They sting, not kill.
Alright. Fire in the hole. I'll have to get it behind him, I guess. Blap. Grenades are okay in this game,
Alright, now how
but
about something more challenging?
it's not really that
Ricochet
handy.
to hit the target behind the wall. Lob it behind the target and use the wall for a hook shot.
Yeah, I know. It's fairly easy. Bang.
Now, try and get one through the window.
You could just do what he says and throw it at that, but you can also do this. I thought that got you a perk. Maybe not. Let's try it again. I guess not.
Now for some fireworks. Try and chuck one beneath the truck and take out the gas tank.
Under the truck, you say.
Never get tired of that one. Now, see that electronic lock there? Use your
I do.
EMP grenade to shut it down. It can save you time in the field.
Clickety clack. I guess that wasn't our EMP. Ah, there we go. That's our EMP. We will never do that.
Down. No more lock.
Because we got the perk that allows us to just walk up to it and use it, the AMP the same way, so we'll never do something
See
like
that
that.
locker there?
I do.
Let me guess. You want me to place one on the door?
Well, that's nice and easy.
Nice.
Clickety clack.
Just in time.
Hey, Darcy, open up.
Guess some of the other guards will be pulling double shifts for a while. You know those guards you beat up when you got out of medical? Yeah, well, they're gonna be joining us in a second. You've got a head start.
That's
so
not very
far.
nice of you,
Like set an
Darcy.
ambush, just start running. Me, I'd use the mines. That's what they're for.
Just give me first shot at him.
Spread out. Watch for devices.
Hey,
Ah.
wait up.
Hello. Bazap.
Damn, the doc's gonna be pissed.
Don't much care.
Head on up, Mike. I'll give you a breakdown on your performance.
Now we will turn that off because it gains us 25 experience for doing so. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, and done. Usually gives you 25 experience, maybe not.
So, Mikey, you did alright on the basic run.
Thanks. So we got 125, no damage taken, multiple guard takedowns, awesome.
You know, that performance wasn't half bad. Almost as good as my record. How about we up the stakes? Take this to the big leagues.
Sure.
What do you have in mind?
This is worth it because it gets you
Alright,
20k.
me and the guards, who you already met when you woke up, pooled our petty cash. And we'd like to make you a little bet.
Oh, really?
Right. I'm listening.
It's a rematch, on our terms. It's simple. Disable all the alarms and escape the area in the time provided. And you take home the winnings.
Done.
If you lose, you'll owe us. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me.
Just head into the range and we'll get to it, Mikey.
Alright then. Tell your team to get ready.
So here we are. Rematch for you and the guards, but on their terms. So listen up. There's alarms hidden all over the course. All you need to do is shut them down. But the guards are going to try and reset them. Every time an
That's
alarm
not very
goes
nice.
off, another squad's coming in. And they all want a shot at you, trust me. Alarm goes off enough times, and you're going to get trampled. But you have the technology to beat them. So let's see you even the odds. If you can.
This isn't all that difficult. But what we want to do is first set up one of these. Just here. And another one just here. Are there any guards in there already? I don't believe so. Oh no, there are. Whoa. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the mimic and use that. So essentially the mimic shuts down the alarm, which is kind of handy, but what we need to do is get that guard out of there. Have fun. Zap. And again. So we'll set off the, we'll shut down the alarm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy. And then all we need to do is this.
Didn't see you hearing them anyway. Thought they might have you for a second.